Hey folks, this is Somal from Pits To Podium, and in this video we have the amazing Circus F1 Comic as our guest. And this time out he tells us exactly how he comes up with each of his comics and the idea behind his creative process. Let's have a look at this one. It feels quite epic. It's a different way of presenting things. But what's your creative process like? Do you actually just go on there? I mean, we kind of have similar thoughts that okay, Ferrari Leclerc has left Ferrari on scene. How do you go about with it? Do you actually just sit down after a race and think for a long time? Okay, this is what I can do, or just random thought bubbles in the mind and okay, let's do this. Let's make a comic out of this one and see how it goes.
I think there's there's actually no process. It's just it sometimes just comes together suddenly. Like this last weekend, when Max won the race, and originally I had hoped Hulk would win. Hulk would get a podium, and I would be making a comic around that. I had something in mind ready for it, but that didn't happen.
Yeah,
Then because see, when it comes to something like such an obvious event, like everyone's anticipating that okay, Hulk will get it, Hulk will get it, but then it didn't happen. So but I had something in mind. I might still post it next weekend and I'll say, hey, this is what I was going to post. um,
yeah.
then Max wins the race, and one point he says, I feel like a grandma. One point he says, drink water, sanitize your hands, send it. So there were a lot of cluttered thoughts, and but as soon as he said, I feel like a grandma, I had that image in mind where he's this old grandma who's trying to cross the street. So that was my starting point. And I had the other image in mind, which was it just him on the phone saying, drink water. So I thought, okay, let me figure out how I can go from here to here. And I think he took Valtteri by surprise, and he took, like, because he comes out of the pits, it's almost instantly, like within a matter of two corners, he passes Valtteri. So I thought, okay, that was by surprise. So that's why I had that frame where he's suddenly punching Valtteri, and then he says, "It is me, Max," and then so it is me, Max, just suddenly came to me because I was watching this anime and. It had this line where this character says, "It is me, Dio." So I thought, okay, wait, now let's just put it all together. So that's pretty much it. There was actually a different frame I had in mind for the second one, where where his eyes would light up, and like it was supposed to be a dramatic frame, but then wasn't working out. So yeah, so it's just you have these different thoughts. Sometimes I'll get the end idea that this is where I want to go. And I have to figure out how to do it in one panel or three panels or
Yeah.
four panels. Like double stack was instant. Um, yeah, that was just instant. Like and it's I don't even sit and think about it. Like I'm doing something else, and I'm like, hey, double stack, and then suddenly I think, oh wait, what if we do this? So yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's great to get an insight into how you look at a lot of these,
Yeah.
incidents that come. It's fairly different from how Somil and I do it, because we do it from a very race debrief, race dissection.
Yeah.
Why did this strategy happen? Why did this driver do this, and so on? So it's heartening to know. But do you also then reproduce it Adrian Newey style? And I'm sure everyone listening knows what I mean by asking Adrian Newey style. Taking a drawing board and first drawing it out and with pen and paper, or do you use more advanced tools that are available in this era now?
I do use more advanced tools. I used to do it in new style way back, like I think early days 2012, 2013. I've always been comfortable working on the computer. Like my education has also been on the computer digitally. So by background, I'm actually an animator. And in the old days, if you go back and see how Disney guys used to animate, they used to animate on paper, and then they would
Exactly. Yeah.
flip the page to figure out that if it's animating or not. So thankfully, when I went to learn animation, we had already moved to computers, so we didn't have to do the whole paper thing. And so I've always been comfortable with it. But there was a time where I was doing it on paper first. Now I just directly open it up on my computer. I'll do a very quick rough drawing which has a basic idea. Like it won't have expressions, it won't have any details, but just like outlines. Okay, this is where my character will be. This is what he can say. A lot of dialogue to me comes while I'm making it. It's so I'm just drawing the illustration and thinking, okay, maybe this can happen.
Yeah.
Maybe he can say this instead. So I'll just write it down, like I'll scribble it down, and yeah,
I grew up with following the likes of Jim Bamber, like we were speaking just before the show. And it's so heartening to know that there can be such a beautiful side to our sport, that there are likes of you and several other budding comics who are putting out there. But this whole process that you described, and you said you put out like 40 strips a year, and I think 2018, 2019 you put out like 100 strips a year. That's like a run rate of a strip every 3 days. How long does it take all you to do this? Because I know you have a full-time job as an illustrator, as an animator, and so on, and
yeah,
Circus Comic is complete passion for you. What does it take?
yeah. So, like my life is how do I say it? Like there's so much happening right now, even though there's a lockdown, but there's so much happening in my life right now that I have to put it on schedule. Like I have put it on
Oh.
my calendar that okay, 11 to 12, this is what we're doing, and it usually ends up being 11 to 1 a.m. or 11 p.m. to
That's
2
when
a.m.
all the artists rise up, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, but sorry, Kunal, I forgot your question suddenly.
No, how long does it take for you to sort of come
Right.
up with a strip?
It varies. I think it depends on what my restriction is. Like Grand Max first happened that I made in 1 hour, and after I uploaded it, I was pretty surprised with myself. That was really fast. And but I had it in mind that okay, this will not be so important and relevant from 24 hours from now, from 3 hours from now. So let's get this out quickly.
Yeah.
But if I have something that I want to post maybe 2 days from now, so I'll take my time. Like I might do it across 2 days, but usually from scratch to finish is about 2 hours, 3 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not.
That's rather
I
quick.
think the other thing is like I'm thinking constantly. If I'm working on something, then I'm thinking about something else. So then sometimes I have a general idea. Okay, this is what I might draw later.